How we can do a Momir on our throwaway account. Or the paid. I don't want to do it here. It's bad value. So I'm going to go here, though. Momir is a fun way to finish the day. Although I've gotten to the point in some of the games with it where I've been like, why are we playing this again? You know, so it's not always great, but we'll give it a try. If I remember my password, that is. It's silly. How about it that it's silly? I feel like feels like they're saving Dom for some pinpointed, here it is, everybody. We'll see. Oh wait, let's go back. We had a viewer earlier talking about, you know, how do I free-to-play grind limited? Well, there's a bunch of things you need to do to optimize your gold grind, and one of them is to come in every day and make sure that you spin one of your 500s and look for a 750. This, generally I try to spin 500s that I've made progress on because you actually want to have some for the next day so that you can spin those as well, but this is the #1 enemy. It's so hard not to complete a play 25 lands. Now, some of you may be new viewers and are wondering why I'm talking about avoiding completing quests. The reason you want to avoid completing 500s is that you want to give yourself as many chances as possible to turn your 500s into a 750. Because once a day you get to do this. Boom, 750. That was lucky. It doesn't always, it's like somewhere between 1 in 5 and 1 in 10 times, it seems like it switches to a 750. But you want to give yourself that chance every single day. And if you complete your 500s, or if you spin this, let's say I had spun this and it became a 500, we'd have to complete one, because we do want to get a new quest the next day. But unless you have nothing but 750s that you've completed, the ideal way to end your day is to have at least one empty slot and at least one 500, so that the next day you will get a new quest into your empty slot and you will have a 500 to spin to try and get 750. Oh, really? You've been getting gems from the rares? That's funny. Okay, so we're going to jump in here. This is our really a throwaway account that we don't care what happens on. Good place to play some silly Momir. In Momir, we have basic lands for our decks, and we pitch cards to make random creatures. As you will see. Now here, see, we go, so you can read Factory of Momir there. Yeah, kind of fun is like the exact description of it, right? It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Kind of. Booster Draft is just straight up fun. But Momir's kind of fun. Should have done it that way. What we get? Ooh, whenever we cast an enchantment spell, we draw a card. So we have a 2/2 for 3. I think we're narrowing it down, Banana Jack, but I think we're going to land on... It can be kind of fun. How about that? As long as you control Dovin Planeswalker. All right, so they got a 3/3. We got a 3/3 with Hexproof. But yeah, that's pretty good, huh? We did not get ourselves... maybe we can find a way to kill her, though. We have Crusher and 1 counter. We just need a second counter. Let's say we attack, though. No, I don't want to attack because I don't want to trade with that now. Oh, Professor Knox is raiding with a live party of 1728. Wow. Hello, everybody. Welcome, Knox viewers. All right, whatever. I don't even know what happened there. It doesn't matter. Nox is invaded with thousands. So we are gonna draft. Let's draft. And we're gonna do it on the free-to-play account again. For those Nox viewers joining us, we play on a couple accounts around here. The one I'm loading up now. The one I'm loading up now is our free-to-play account where we have only spent $5 ever. We spent $5 on the welcome bundle and have spent the rest of the time being disciplined with our gem grind and working it up. It doesn't look like a free-to-play account, but this is legit where we're at. And we are going to ask you all what we're going to do. We can do... Well, actually, you know, we did a GRN and the voting was close last time. I'm going to go in for the RNA. And hang on to your hats, because we're going to rare draft the crap out of this. Okay? So, for example, I like Gate Colossus here as a place to start. But we're going to take 20 gems and see where things go. This is worth 20 gems to us right now. And, you know, we were talking about how Gruul has kind of fallen by the wayside in our estimation in this format a bit, but this is a very Gruul heavy. Look at how Gruul heavy this pack is. My God. This is like snap it up and take it for sealed. No, Priest is not good. We didn't take the Priest because the Priest is good. We took the Priest because the Priest gives us 20 gems, which is better value for this free-to-play account. Again, this is the free-to-play account. We care very much about gems around here. We are willing to give up a pick if we think the EV on our gems is better, and especially on first picks, the EV is almost always better. When you get a gate like that, or a colorless card like that, it can shift it, but you don't even know if you're going to play your early picks. So it's really pack one, pick one. I almost never pass the rare if I have a 4X account going. Oh, that's funny. I have 3 clan guild mages, and I have 4X of the rares and mythics, but I don't even have 4X of clan guild mage. That's pretty funny. We've been talking about it a lot. For one thing, we've been looking at Intad. I like this graph, but I hate trying to pronounce your username. Intad. I'm going to call it Intad. Yeah, let's take a second. We got a lot of new viewers, so it's a lot of my longtime viewers are going to they could give this lecture themselves at this point, but since we got a lot of new people around here, I got to explain how to gem grind in limited. So Intad made this graph that you can look at, and we'll get to that in a second, but you can bring that up. So the way it works, most people understand that there's rare protection in the booster packs, right? You're not going to open in a prize pack a rare or a mythic that you already have. And then once you have 4 of every rare and mythic, once you open a prize pack, it replaces the rare with 20 gems, and it replaces the mythic with 40 gems. There's a little bit of a difference in limited. In draft, it doesn't matter if you have 4x of everything. It only matters if you have 4x of that one card. And in fact, it only matters if you have 4x of that one card at the end of the draft. So one thing we do around here, now we're not going to have to do it because we literally have 4x of all the rares already. But let's say, for example, that we only had 3 Priest of the Forgotten Gods when we drafted this. This would be our 4th, right? What you could do is leave the draft, go to your collection, type in Priest. There would be an empty slot here indicating that you were 1 short. You click on this, you spend 1 of your wild cards to craft it. Now you have 4. You go back into your draft, and when the draft ends, it will still give you credit for having a playset, and it will give you 20 gems for this card. So that's how you rare draft. You either pick something you already have 4x of, or if you want to go use your wild cards towards filling it up, you can get it back. But the question is, when should you? And then the answer to that question gets back to the graph here, which I'll put in the link again. No, it's some, whatever. It's some, it calls itself a gaming keyboard, but whatever. It is what it is. So I'll bring this up. We'll go over here to what I call left monitor, and we can look at it together. So there's a couple of important things. There's 2 factors that are being considered here. The whether it's a rare or a mythic, and whether or not you are in best of 1 or best of 3. And why that matters is because the more you win in best of 3, the more booster packs you get. And when you are 4x'd in rares and mythics, each of those extra boosters that you win is actually extra gems. So doing well in RNA, for us, RNA best of 3 is really important because the extra packs we get are extra gems. So the bar for where we want to rare draft, given the EV of all those pack gems, is or where we don't want to rare draft, is much lower for rares and best of 1. So I have a win rate around 60%. So let's just use that. So if my win rate is about 60%, if I feel the card is going to nudge my win percentage by 0.5% or higher, I should take the card that nudges that win percentage 0.5% or higher. But if I think it's going to be 0.5% or below, I should take the rare and take the gems. So we'll keep an eye on that, because this is an important consideration. And look at the difference between like best of 1. The line for GRN, it has to be twice as impactful to your win rate before you pass a rare in best of 1. But with best of 3 and that extra value, it does make it a closer call for us. That being said, it is really... Okay, I'm going to do this live on the air. I'm going to look up... I have some saved up... I just need to get up my Dropbox. Hold on. I want to look up some numbers. Maybe it's too long to do it on the air, but I'll just make the point right now. I'll bring this up and try and find it later. My point is, the other thing that's a factor here is that most people think, like, say, let's say that Gate Colossus. Do you think that Gate Colossus, pack 1, pick 1, pushed it up here? We might not have ended up in gates. We might not even play the Gate Colossus is the thing, which is why it puts it, why that pack 1, pick 1 really has to go a long way. But mostly uncommons have a hard time moving the needle past 0.5%. Like, most uncommons are not good enough to push above this line, even for me. So even though it seems like 0.5% should be easy, like doesn't a good card nudge you by 0.5%? And the answer is not really. Especially when if you have a high win percentage anyway, it becomes harder and harder to gain win percentage if you're winning anyway. But anyway, that's that's what our philosophy is around here. And we're going to get back into the draft view now. Thank you for all the follows, by the way. Glad for that. You can hang out with me anytime Nox is not able to entertain you. Now it comes back to this. I really wish Deckmaster were working. We don't get results today, unfortunately. Hey, Veo. Glad you're here now. Ah, Golgari Glenn Ross. Yeah, you've been hanging out with other streamers. You've been cheating on me with other streamers and missing all the good info. Now, I say that snarkily, but I don't mean that at all. There's so many great streamers to watch right now. I'm just happy you all are hanging out here right now, and that's great. So I'm kind of glancing a little bit on the chat here, see if there's any questions about that. Thank you, Swamp Lord. It's a good call out. A mindset people have when you take a rare over a playable is like, but then there's a hole in my deck. It's not a hole in your deck. You fill it with something else that also affects your win percentage. So that's how it ends up being so difficult to push it. No worry, Glenn Golgari. You know I'm teasing. So you want Enraged Ceratok as the pick, huh? It does give the possibility of sliding into Simic over Gruul, but I think the choice is pretty much Rhythm versus Smash. I'm willing to give up on the out to a Simic deck for the power of the Rhythm or the Smash. So I'm going to take the Rhythm and see if we can make that work today, or move on to something else. So here we have a place where we have Smothering Tithe, which is completely unplayable, versus Skewer the Critics, which now goes with this deck. And now we're getting more into that. Is this removal spell a 0.5% or not? You know? BCSJ asks, so what do you do until you have 4x of the rares? Is anything different? I suppose you just rare pick to fill out this for the same reason? Yes, that is what we're going to do next time. We were a little reticent about that. So here's what happened to me taking this approach at a 60% win rate throughout the RNA season. Like last week, so like 7-ish days ago, we, through free-to-play only, completed a 4x of the set. And that was with really not a lot of rare drafting early, not being sure we were going to get to 4x. Now that I know that through light rare drafting and 60% win rate, we can get to 4x by the end of a season, I'm going to definitely do it heavier in War. We're going to start out taking the rares early. Even though they don't produce gems immediately, they will fill up our 4x's quickly so that we start generating those gems earlier on in the season. And it's a close one. I think this is a very close one. Skewer's very strong, but since it's still early and we might not even end up in Gruul if we get sent the other way, we'll do it. Also, though, here's another thing that a lot of you viewers are not going to know about that's super important. If you're trying to get the most value and get the best decks you can, you have got to be using the uncommon print runs. So if you come to my stream, you can just do, is it print set name, print RNA? Or is it RNA print? RNA print? There it is. So, because they haven't fixed it yet, all of the uncommons in the limited booster packs on Arena are the uncommons are in a fixed order. So if you go to that link, you will see that we can actually look up drill bit, for example. Oops. Actually, I don't need to. I can just use Carpe's tool. Carpe Carpe Momentum here has a tool that shows me. Here, I'll show you. I'll go to left screen again just so you can see the tool I'm using. Sorry, this is what I'm looking at. And Carpe's tool shows me that a Galloping Lizrog or a Rakdos Firewheeler was taken out of this pack, 100%. And since we know Firewheeler is way better than the Lizrog, we can pretty much assume it's the Firewheeler. And they're going to fix that eventually. We're just going to do this in the meantime. So knowing about the Firewheeler helps us understand that Rakdos is being cut from the right, or at least a Rakdos card has been taken by a bot from the right, and that can inform some of our picks. To press the point, I'm going to go ahead and rare draft again here. I think it's a close one, but we'll do it there. And now I'm suspect of this because we saw Rakdos stuff taken, and Carpe's tool tells me with only one uncommon, there's lots of possibilities, but Azorius Skyguard, Depose, Deploy, Tower Defense, and Mortify are the possibilities. So it is probably Mortify and Depose, Deploy. And that's good to know as well. So kind of Orzhov Rakdos-y stuff is being taken, which fits into where we're headed, at least. Although there's not really a lot of great stuff here. I guess if we had the Ceratok, we could take like the Slime Bind or the Applied Biomancy and be leaning more towards Simic. Do RNA print. Yeah, you should do it. Boom. Okay. What's the right pick here, given our current situation? I just want best card. I'd skip on the wild. Like, the other thing about this whole rare drafting strategy, especially early on in pack 1, is that sorry, I got distracted by a question here. How could it possibly know what cards were picked in that pack? Because the order of uncommons is fixed. Imagine a long string of all the uncommons in the set, and that for arena bot drafting, they randomly take a chunk of 3 and put them in the pack. And so it's not random, it's fixed. I forget what I was saying before. Just had to keep, I think that early on in pack 1, we're really looking to understand what the bots are telling us to be in, because success in this format against bots is all about understanding where the bots are so you can be where they aren't, and then you get the hookup. Stratic likes the Guild Mage. I'm a little nervous because what's missing here is likely, we've seen that their Rakdos is being taken upstream, but the Rubble Belt Runner sure is weak. We could take it and Open the Gates, because base green can end up in the gate deck pretty easily, but this kind of tends to wheel. I'm belaboring this pick too much because I'm not happy with anything I'm seeing. I think it's Slime Bind or Cult Guild Mage, and I'm going to take the Slime Bind because there are outs to a Simic Splash, or a Teamer deck is possible, and we're just not locked in at all. Like here, I see Plague White and go And here we get perfect info and know 100% that Consecrate Consume is missing from this pack. We rare drafted those. I don't think we're not playing any of these, so I mean, I suppose this is playable. We can put this here, and it might affect a pick, especially if we end up going down the Rakdos path. It's not a signal. No, it's not a signal. You're right. But we're seeing pretty clearly that Orzhov is being taken upstream. So these are the non-signals. But also, it's weird that there's not a lot of green here. There's not a list that I know of, but it's very easy to Google it. If you want to find the print run for any of the sets on Arena, just Google Reddit set code print run. Boom, you'll have it. Now what are we doing here? I'm taking too long on this drafting is the problem. Let's speed it along. I know it's not a super signal, but we don't have anything here to support the rhythm, really. And we're getting very clear signals about Orzhov not being open, so I'm going to take the Plague White. It's possible. But again, super unlikely. But it's possible that... And it does look like we're kind of being pushed more towards Rakdos-y type cards. What are you saying, John Starr? I don't understand that. You're 8-0 in 7 wins on that. I guess this is slipping away and probably just take another black card. The Blade Brand is fine. Rafter Demon is not better than this. Yeah, the cards are so meh, it's really tough to read signals, as Stratic points out. But I'm going to take this. We're now ending up with more black cards. And, all right, so late pack, we're seeing some red and some good, decent Rakdos. So I think we're pivoting towards Rakdos. Now I wish this Slimebind were the Cult Guild Mage that Stratic suggested. Yeah, and Hackerbat's gone, so we're getting some mixed signals from the bots. But I think at the end of the day, we have to just take what we think is best here. And I think that's going to be Trumpeter with what we've got. Yeah, we're drafting against bots. Now we take a Gathering in case that deck comes together. It is basically a Rakdos deck. And there's nothing else here that I'm super excited about, which is also really sad. We could take Rubble Belt in case we spin back towards Gruul. And we have the missing uncommons, for what it's worth, are probably Angelic Exaltation and Gyre Engineer. Hey, Wax Wayne. Yeah, opportunity cost is low. We'll take that here. See if it comes our way. Looks like a Clear the Mind deck could have been something we pushed for, but I'm in on Rakdos now. Here's a Burn Bright that we can take in case this pays off, and what we'd be giving up is a Slinger or an Imp. I'll take it. I might even play it in a just straight up Rakdos aggro situation. Nice host. Yeah, Fiend here for sure. And another Infiltrator. Yeah. Big raid from our buddy, the Professor. Okay. Now, Mirror March. Now that we know where we're at, and we also have some holes to fill, I kind of want to just skip the rare draft here and take the Fireblade Artist. It's a close one again in terms of what's more valuable, but I also don't want, if you just rare draft into the ground, you can just end up without enough playables, and then things can get really bad. Yeah, Artist, Wheel Fiend, or maybe even Wheel Vandal. If we've found the right colors, we might get the Vandal back. Clamor Shaman versus Racketeers is actually a pretty straight forward Clamor Shaman, especially with what we're doing, you know, especially if we end up with something like that. But there's a Demise. Didn't notice that at first. I was only looking at kind of at these, but Demise versus Shaman is a legit question. But I think we take the Shaman. It's really good with what this deck is trying to do. Roustabout should wheel, and we take the Vandal here for the memes. I'll even, since we have a lot of new viewers, so I won't even wait. We'll do it on the pick. Oh, here, but I gotta go to this view for it.
Rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance.
Storm Strike seems good with what we're doing here. I like the gate too, but... Ooh. Hey, look, we get to rare draft, and it counts. Let's do Blade Brand. And we have one Footlight Fiend, and we'll probably pick up another, and Blade Brand plus Footlight Fiend is excellent. IGI, that's how we like to finish in a deck like this. I'd like another, it's Trumpeter number 2, right? Or 3. Trumpeter number 3 versus Wrecker number 1. I still think it's Trumpeter number 3. And here's another gate. Tempting gate. I don't want a lot of Rakdos guild gates in an aggro deck like this, though. So I'm going to take the Fiend. Yeah, the lack of jugglers is concerning. Do we like Racketeers or the Demon? I think we still just like Racketeers. Kind of a... Although Demon, we could stay low to the ground. I don't think we're bringing in this for anything. I don't care if they're 5 colors. Really, when are you bringing it in? What? Tell me when. I've never brought this in. Because it's too often just still. It's like, great, you drew it and it didn't matter. I'm gonna take the Racketeers here. Yeah, Absolution is a good point, like hedging towards a possible Absolution, but if we do that, we'll just force it. We'll find gates. We'll make that work if it comes our way. I'm going to take, Tin Street Dodger. I don't think we're doing the Goblin Gathering, though. I've never loved the Dodger that much, but I guess it is what we're doing here. This is good against the green decks, that's the thing. These are all just okay, that's the thing. They're all just okay. What do we got curve-wise? No 4s. Probably not playing this either, though, on 3. I hope this is a 1. Maybe not playing both of these. Yeah, I'll take the Scavenger here, but probably for the board. I like it when they're using... I'll leave it in the main, but... it didn't go to the board anyway. Sorry, it's in the main. Okay. I'll take a Thirsting Shade we will never play. And uncommon for Vault Progress. Locket. Yeah, we might play the Burn Bright. That's true. I took it out a little early, I suppose. Now, here's an interesting rare drafting spot, because we're only talking about a Scorch Mark, right? And it's not that great. So I think we take 20 gems over the Scorch Mark. I don't think Scorch Mark pushes towards 0.5% even close. Too late for a Gates Ablaze to matter to us, and maybe that Rakdos drafter that was upstream in pack 1 is hurting us now, but It's only Pack 2. It's just the cards right now. Yeah, this one's real bad because we'd be wheeling the Footlight Fiend, and here we are, like, potentially taking it. Like, we're gonna... I'm not taking the Gates Ablaze. We're never running that. So we'll take the Footlight Fiend and wheel the Maka, I guess. I don't like Light Up the Stage in Limited, but we, I think, have the deck for it. We'd actually be able to cast a lot of our stuff on that. So I'm actually down with Light Up the Stage, and also, you know, it means I can do this.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Collision is good, but we only get the kill a flyer side of it unless we splash some green. And I would and this is a deck where I really genuinely like Light Up the Stage here. And this is a miserable pack. Miserable. Like, we get Rubble Slinger or Acrobat, both of which will wheel. And so, yeah, we don't have Rare Draft, and we don't have really any playables for the deck, so I'm really left with no choice but to take the Chillbringer.
All right, everyone, chill.
Yeah, here we get a nice Enforcer. I think we're kind of fighting for Rakdos cards here. It's pretty clear, but we already have a deck, so, you know. Yeah, Act of Treason, I think, is the pick here over the Catacomb Crocodile. And maybe a first Carrion Imp over a second Street Dodger. Or did we take the first one? We didn't take the first one. Street Dodger is better for Light Up the Stage. But let's look at our curve. Yeah, we're probably not even playing that, so we're not doing much at the high end. All right, I'll imp. All right, I like to see a Revels here. Revels is great. We got no Jugglers, which is super sad. And look, we get this back anyway. We'll put that in the board to start. And I'll take Vault Progress. CTM deck could have been there for us. Look at that. What? I mean, we checked the uncommon print run and Orzhov stuff was being taken out left and right. I'm taking this on principle. I suppose we should take this. All right, so we ground 80 gems out of this one. I'll make a note of that. And let's see what else we want to do here, if anything. This is really a 2 priest. Is this good enough? Maybe we cut a priest for now, but if we see aura-based removal, I'll bring the priest in. You think we keep the priest? I think it's like either you keep it in and side it out in some matchups, or you start it out and side it in some matchups, and either way is arguable. Yeah, I guess with the Fiends, it does allow some shenanigans. Sure, we'll give it a try. Cut a Maka instead. This we think is here. Do we want to consider Burn Bright? Yeah, we can do 16 land in this. I'm gonna, all this. Do you get it? Priest plus active treason is interesting. I still don't want to bring in active treason until we see big stuff to steal, but then that's a funny combo. No, we don't know what the playable decks are. That was never a goal. And I made that... for those of you who don't know, I did work... my name is Ryan Spain. I worked on Magic the Gathering Arena as a systems and content designer for a couple of years. And for about 5 years in Magic R&D before that. And I worked explicitly on the bot AI initially. It's been worked on heavily by others since I left. And it was never a goal to have bots have something you would consider a playable deck or have anything like a curve. It was all just about making picks that were good enough so that a newer player, that it would feel fine. And the other thing is that this was never, like, when I designed the system, it was not intended to be propping up all of drafting on Arena. It was supposed to be kind of the new player limited, that players newer to the game needed a place to draft without the pressure of a pick clock, and that's what we designed towards. And then I fully expected that we would be adding all human drafting to the mix, and then that just didn't happen before I left. It was always part of our plans when I was there, but I've been away for long enough that the plans could easily have changed. I don't know what their plans are now. Yeah, that's true. This sacrifices as well, huh? That's a good point, Stratic. I'm in. Let's do that. Let's even cut the 5. Cut the 5 drop. Where are we at here? 18.8. Okay, thanks. I'll change that stuff. Oh, that's correct. Only the format is wrong. This is RNA. Best of 3. I left because it was time for a change. Some things changed in my family life and work life that all combined to send a clear message that it was time to do something different. So I did. What do you mean we don't have removal? We have active treason and sacrifice effects. So let's see. And we have Storm Strike. All right. Thank you for the sub. That's our other... it's another meme of ours. When that shows up in... Let's go to deck building. Here's the full rat burglar.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rat burglar.
I need to chill. You need to chill, Nantuko. No, we passed a demise for the Clamor Shaman. Yeah, we're just all in aggro here, so let's just embrace that. Maybe we cut the Enforcer even because of that. Are we aggro enough? Maybe a Trumpeter. Like, Trumpeters get bad in too many multiples, but I don't know how you cut a Trumpeter over a Maca. Well, we don't have... it's true that we don't have any jugglers, which is why I named it this way. You like... I like Drill Bit since we don't have removal. Oh, we do have Bedeck. We have removal. Look at that. That's actual removal. What else is cuttable? Can we cut the Carrion Imp? And I'm not quite comfortable going to 15. But I like cutting the Imp. This is looking like a tight, nasty little thing. Burn Bright, you think? Over what? 16 creatures here. You want to try 15? Makes me nervous, but we can try it. Let's see. I guess black is what we want most. Yeah, but the thing with 15 lands is the problem with 15 for me is that it presumes that you're just like, oh, well, we only need 2 or whatever. No, we need 4. We need 4. I want to play my 4th land on turn 4 because it's going to be so vital for this deck to play 2 2-drops on turn 4. So all the 15 landers, I think, are, you've got your heads around turn 1 and 2, and you don't have your heads around turn 4. Yeah, I'm putting the mountain back. Yeah, I think mountain back, burn bright gone. I like this. I'm gonna go with this. Actually, I still don't know about 3 trumpeters versus like our 2-drop situation. This is the final change I might make is like Maka over a trumpeter. I do think, gosh, too many trumpeters is just a little rough, especially with no jugglers. I want to say C++. Mainly, I know that the platform was what do you call it? Oh, now I'm blanking on that name too. It's not Harmony, but Unity. Thank you. I kept wanting to say Harmony, and I knew it was wrong. Yeah, we'll ask ourselves. We'll see if the Maka comes up and we're like, oh, if only that were a trumpeter, right? We are drafting, yep. And to that point, we'll switch to my battlefield view. Yeah, Trumpeter is nice as a mana sink, but we have 3 of them. The question is, because when you have 2 Trumpeters out, they are no longer that good of a mana sink. Ugh. Should have been 15 land, I guess. Except then it would have been this mountain, and we'd be wouldn't have mountains. I'm going to keep this, though. All right, Nantuko. I got all of Nantuko's bits. Give me all your bits. Yeah, it does have some utility. You're right. It's not just like completely useless. There are some pump abilities or activated abilities that are truly useless as a redundant thing, and that's not the case in here. We can attack with a Footlight Fiend. And let's take a look. A little look-see. Locket would stop them from ramping if they find a land. But Soroform gets rid of the spell they can play right now. That's really the question point here. I think we got to get their Soroform given our lack of removal. And we hope that they stay mana short. Oh, I took Biomancy? Weird. Was that like a close misclick, or am I crazy? Did I like... Was it completely... did I just miss it, or did my brain just look at the wrong card? It's because I knew we were drawing Blade Ran, that's all. Yeah, I just wasn't sure if I tried to hit Soriform and missed, or if I did one of those things where we definitely need this Soriform, and then on the other side of this hand I clicked, you know, the wrong card or something. Yeah, we're gonna pass on casting anything and try for the Blade Brand Dream, but they're not gonna attack into it. So maybe I should have just played the Infiltrator if I didn't think they were gonna attack into that. Yeah. I think I just passed the turn with doing nothing. That's probably not great. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll set that up if they don't attack into this here. Oh, but they are. They're gonna... And they don't have anything here to stop it, so they had to have drawn something to stop this. Right. It was totally accidental, but it ended up being exactly the right play. That felt filthy, I gotta say. Filthy. Is it enough to win, though? Like, we don't really have a 2-spell turn here unless... and we can't max our mana unless we want to just give up on scavenger value. And I don't think we do. It doesn't even attack for anymore, so yeah, we play Roustabout here. Yeah, there is I don't think it's been updated since the latest update. I'll give it a restart just in case that helps for some reason. If it's working on other streams, let me know. That's usually a telling situation if it's not working for me but working elsewhere. But I've reloaded it. All right, well... I guess we try and race. They're out of cards. And we're going to drop 2 things here. Let's see, they've got 1 instant. The World Hates Paul asks a question that I can speak to on some level. Definitely feeling the lack of removal in our deck here. But Paul asks, why did the Arena team add the ability to see when an opponent hovers over a card? Seems like a super odd way to leak info and hurts folk that are new or have a tough time seeing cards on their screen. Well, it's about feeling like you have contact, that you're playing against a human. And there are those downsides you mentioned to it, but there are upsides to it as well. So... Trumpeter revels after we attack and they block something, or are we just dead? Like, we can't... I'm gonna do this. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the air if they swing away, and then we leave the familiar down. Or the homunculus can do it twice though if they tap the familiar, right? Well, we only have that mana, though. I'm going to leave the Plague White back to threaten a familiar attack or a creeper attack without making it fly. Okay, we need to swing team. And they go to a potential 8. I'll do this, and then we're going to Revels for very little value, but it'll be some. Yeah, I was on the verge of it, and then chickened out. But maybe I guess maybe I was supposed to attack with the white. Magic is hard. But they can't make the creeper go in the air, and like one thing I was avoiding is the possibility that one removal spell clears the way for everything. And Blood Mist Infiltrator can sack the Fiend to kill the Pteramander. Alright, so maybe it wasn't the perfect attack, but it looks like they're holding back. Oh, they can already pump? Did I miss that? Oh, because of that, of course. That was my problem, huh? Well, let's play this and see if we can think this through. We're dead. We can get the Infiltrator through. We can get a point from the Roustabout no matter what. The Trumpeter's getting through. But we need to pump it. We're in Swing Away Town anyway, right? So I guess we just... The question is there any reason to, like, do this? But no, of course not. So we're going to swing away and... sack the Fiend to get the Infiltrator through and add some damage. I think we're just dead, but yeah, there was really nothing to think about because the Pteramander coming back kills us. So just trying to play slow, because sometimes the punts that I do make are from speeding through decisions like this. No, I'm not going to show Scavenger. We're going to scoop as soon as this is settled law, which it basically is right now with this block. They're just worried about what we might have. But now that they've committed to the block, we can scoop it. Because, yeah, we're close. Let's see. We definitely want Collision in. Now we got removal. And Footlight Fiend looks really good against them. A lot of 2 toughness. Yeah, he was worried about Skewer. Appa was worried about Skewer. Misclick, yeah, misplay wasn't game losing, but still want to. Oh yeah, score will. No, there's nothing. Yeah, you want the Carrion Imp in, possibly, but for what? And It just gets outclassed in the air is the problem. I don't even think it's really a solution for the air. It's really not good in the matchup, I don't think. But yeah, they've got a lot of flyers that I expect to be better than a Carrion Imp. Like, what does it do up there? You'd Storm Strike with it, I suppose. Instead, we're gonna cut... We'll just cut the Maka. Might lower my standing desk here with this extra long stream today. Well, what am I supposed to do? Nox ships me hundreds of people who need magic. I can't let you down. All right. The deck, you mean? Yeah, we can take a look at the deck. Pretty straightforward Rakdos, just light on removal. We have a Bedeck Bedazzle, and we added some flyer removal here, but we have very little removal. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hurt tomorrow if I don't lower my desk soon. So I'm gonna decline that. It also might summon the Hound, who does not like that at all, let me tell you. And we're gonna start with the stage.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
And then drill bit. Wait. Oh. Go away, Zagana. Well, we'll do this. And that. And that. And that. Sure. All you gotta do to get a rat burglar is sub. Man, I think we just have to pluck that thing out of the sky. But I'm going to make a... Let's see, we've got Applied Biomancy that can save it if we don't do it now. Yeah, I'm just going to do this now. All right. Well, I'll give you a rat burglar on the implied sub.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Maybe I should have held the Footlight Fiend back. I'm just trying to be aggressive here. Maybe we play the Shaman. Try to set up a good attack next turn. I think if we Shaman... Yeah, I'm going to keep that back, I think. And... We got the card advantage. We just need to deploy and be sensible. I'm going to go with the Enforcer here and stay back on D a little bit. Not sure this is correct, but it's what I'm going with. I'm going to lower my desk, but I'm going to get my doggy because he doesn't like it, and I'm going to comfort him as we lower the desk. All right, buddy, you ready? We can do this. Here it goes. You ready? Handle it like a champ today. Oop, it's going to go back up, though, because I didn't pull my chair out. He's been really good on stream about it, but actually, like, it's funny, you guys haven't heard any of his vocalizations. When I lower the desk when I'm not on stream, he pretty consistently does some whimpering that's kind of adorable. Hey, land. All right. Fireblade, or maybe Trumpeter, Plague White, and then if we get another land, we get Clamor Shaman, Fireblade? Gotta keep in mind, they've got their answers up here. Can I get out of here, Rocket? See you, buddy. That's my good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Could even scavenge this and make a 5/5. But then they just bounce it, right? Yeah, we should do that. You're right. We need to play a red spell. So we only get one red spell a turn, so we definitely need Fireblade Artist. And then it's one of these two, and then we sit tight. Probably Trumpeter. Lighting gets weird when I lower the desk, though. Rocket always has opinions. Mostly they are the opinion that he should be napping. But he also has opinions about living creatures that have the audacity to pass by our house. Actually, when Rocket was a puppy, on limited resources, we designed a magic card for him. It was Rocket, early Rocket. His card design was, this was also during the Rise of the Eldrazi era, so it had those mechanics, but he's a red, 0/1 haste with Annihilate 1. Annihilator 1. Cat, those dogs just want to make sure you know that you're not allowed to enter theirs. Not feeling too good about this this matchup. It's not hopeless, but we're in a race that's going to be tough to. It's going to be tough to win given their hand. You know, if these cards were hidden, I'd feel like we had a cleaner shot, but this is rough. I'm going to decline this. If we draw our Blade Brand at some point, it could be really valuable to turning this Footlight Fiend into something really useful. But at some point, we're going to just die to an Aeromunculus, so we got to be careful. But now we get to go Clamor Shaman with haste. And yeah, they get to Biomancy something, but they have to Biomancy the Shaman specifically before combat if they don't want the Brush Strider, if they, or we get to attack through the Brush Strider. You know, we have active treason in the deck, partly because we have Scavenger, but that's kind of loose with our land count. There's very few opportunities for us to 7 mana act into Scavenger. Yeah, they're winning the race, but we have to play as though we're going to draw tools to flip it. Yeah, I know. I'm not saying that was the only reason. It was just like, of the list of good reasons you gave, Scavenger's not really a great one. Yeah, maybe the Enforcer's 1 point of damage isn't worth it in the race if it's going to threaten the Brush Strider, but we'll block the Brush Strider with the white if that comes to pass. Or let's see, we might. Yeah, we know about that Biomancy, of course. Ooh. So that's just like, now we're dead on their backswing. Which is gross. I think we're done with this one, and we're going to have to try and come back and win a couple matches after starting with a loss. Anything that can be done here? No, we need to draw something. We don't need to draw a removal now. Yeah, just nowish. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I should have sacrificed the Enforcer. I still can. I'll just do it with this Scavenger. No, the Enforcer gives us a chump in the air, which is the critical thing. So we'll definitely do that. But we can do that and attack, and whether they block or whether we scavenge, we'll get a token. Yeah, the token does get bounced. It's true. I keep forgetting that I know I know what Oppo's hand is. I keep looking at the board. Yeah, I think we're just out of luck. Let's give him a chance to screw up. I mean, if we have a couple burn spells here. Aha. I'm not sure. Oh, but I screwed up. Sometimes. I play too quickly. But I thought I was being all clever. I think this one was done. Like, that wasn't going to be a game changer. That was going to chump for one turn, but maybe it was enough. I should have given myself the chance. That's a real bummer. And we'll go... I'm going to do this. Sorry, gang. But yeah, so if we had a +1/+1 right now, a flyer, we chump, and then we're really just dead on the next turn anyway. I really don't think that mattered in the outcome, but it matters to my desire to play more perfect Magic. So just remember to slow down, Ryan. Remember to slow down. I was excited because I thought they intended to do that bounce at declare attackers so that I couldn't replay it. And I was like, haha, I get to replay it. And then I'm like, oh, but I wasn't supposed to. The bigger screw up was not playing it before declare attackers, but playing it at all. All right. Acknowledge the loss and go in search of a win. You're not wrong, Eduardo. I mean, just not playing Espers starts to feel wrong. Play. All right, we're on the play. That is not a particularly keepable hand. A little better. I mean, the question, is it even able to get beyond 4 wins, is kind of silly. Of course it is. It's a cohesive deck with a real strategy. Of course it could get lucky and win 10 in a row. What do I think of it on a scale of 1 to 10? I think the lack of removal puts it at like, oh, we'll keep that. This is like a 5 out of 10. I think this is a solid average deck, but I wasn't desperate for playables. You know? We had cuts to make. It's got a clear strategy, but we had a lot of weak packs. The draft was full of weak packs. That's true. There was one removal spell we would have if we didn't have the gems, but again, we can fight if you want, but it was the correct play. I feel confident of it. It was the correct gem play in the long run. We'll stay back. Yes. Yeah, maybe I should have attacked. I don't mind that. Since we have Storm Strike, let's go ahead and Vandal now. And go ahead and give it a counter.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
No, it was the skewer. Scorch Mark, yeah, whatever. Scorch Mark's just not that great. We're gonna get rid of the Storm Strike, though. What are we up against here? Storm Strike might be better than Blade Brand in this matchup. But Blade Brand replaces itself. I'm gonna ditch the Storm Strike. Really, I want to find land to get a little closer to the stuff we want to, you know, like this or whatever. I don't like being stuck on 3. Right on, Woblunt. I'm glad you're here. Did you just come here for the first time today, or have you been lurking for a while? Right on. Well, thank you, Nox, for introducing y'all to me. And yes, my 16-year-old son made the Rat Burglar meme and the Vandal meme, and longtime viewer Valhalla's Chosen made the Chillbringer meme I showed earlier as well. Here, I'm tempted to just Blade Brand and trade for that thing, but no, we'll clamor with the haste. We're going to decline that. And I'm going to decline this. I actually like these 2 cards. Yes, I've given my son a new assignment on the meme front. Stay tuned. Yeah, we're looking at War of the Spark stuff now. Gotta move forward. Although I've given him a lot of... He's a busy kid. He's got homework and friends. But I do have a kind of a queue for him of stuff he could put together for me. We're all busy around here. I feel like I add to my to-do list every day instead of... My net is an addition to my to-do list instead of a subtraction. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but... It's just always... Oh, my kids love that I'm a streamer. I think they think it's pretty cool and funny. But they've also... I mean, I've been a video game designer for their whole lives, which has already been kind of cool and funny to them on that front. So it's kind of like a shift. Ooh, that's pretty good. They get the IGI. And the Blade Brand, of course, is much less impressive if they know it's coming. But we get this Bedeck Bedazzle, which is cool. Thank you, Valhallas, for the gifting that. I have to be. It's not my fault, Draconis. It's Nox's fault. Look what he did to me. I could pitch the Blade brand because they know about it, but we can cycle it anyway just by casting it, so whatever. In fact, maybe, I don't know, maybe I should do that now. But if so, why didn't I just pitch it? I'm going to wait. Oh, wow. Refined Hellion. I see now why Valhalis gave you a sub. I hadn't seen your question. I just saw that Valhalis gave you a sub. Welcome. Awesome. Yeah, you've picked a pretty good stream. I really try to help people get up to speed, especially on limited. You know, if you if you like drafting, then I'm your man. And yeah, Arena can be effectively played free to play. And if you're looking to get back into Magic, there's not really a better time or place to do it than on Arena. Right now. And all the follows have been great too. Appreciate that. How many pre-releases in paper? Usually just one. But I'll do two if I have friends. It's all about social for me on that front. If Marshall and Adam are going to go do extra pre-releasing and I have time, I'll do it. It's on them, right? I'm getting a little chilly looking around for something to cover my bare arms with. All right, there is the final payment that was expected. And that's fine. I don't know why they do that now exactly. Oh, nice. When your partner enjoys pre-releases as much as you do, it makes for a lot more pre-releasing, I expect. Let's just do this now. They know about it, and I want to find something else. Yeah, it would kill the spires or whatever, but here, now we can go... Now we have unblockability for a couple of turns. We can do this. I can save Bedeck Bedazzle, but we'll just add the Plague White as another lethal threat. And then they need a lot here. They need another 4 toughness thing, like the Bedeck kills that guy. Yeah, but let's see. What could they do to deal with the unblockable creature with white, white, white? They have at the deal 3 to attacker. So we still want to go ahead and bedeck the Guild Mage. And sack this. So now we win through the deal 3 to tapped creature spell. Summary judgment, thank you. You'd think... I've only been playing the set for 3 months, and yet I can't remember a single card name. What do we think about this? The Orzhov matchup. It's kind of tough for us. Probably need flyer killing. We made that change before. I liked that. Do we need... This could be a better matchup for the Carrion Imp. I didn't like it against Simic Flyers, but it's not good against the 3/3s, but they have two 3s Flyers of their own, so I think we do bring in that, and we cut one of these Infiltrators. Scavenger has not been great, it's true. Maybe we cut a Scavenger for and put the Infiltrator back, or put a Trumpeter back. Okay, we can do that. Hold on, I'm gonna get long sleeves. That. Oh, Marshall gives me his samples. He'll test out possible merch, and I get the extras. I earned it. That's what I get paid these days. That's funny, Golgari. I suggest starting with a 85-ish episode run on limited resources. Then you're in. I can. I can tell him this guy I know wants to be a co-host. Sure. Thank you for the sub gift, Nantuko. That was kind of you. The media says this. Don't know if we want to kill anything. I guess we just we'll attack and drill bit them and have Bedeck up. I think you need to read my card, friend. Now, this is a couple mana off, but yeah, it's like, you don't mess around. Yeah, punt into strip you of your bomb was a nice sequence there. Oh, we've all been there, Stratic. I mean, I've been there on stream. We talk about, oh, it must be a new player. Like, yeah, because I've never forgotten that that creature had reach. Or it's like, no way. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and bedeck that. Well, we got dead revels, so... And we're getting through here. Maybe I'll be patient with the bedeck. I'm gonna go just the trumpeter. I saw an official game app project get its plug pulled while I was at Wizards. So it's not like they don't think about it or even make efforts to start stuff. But sometimes you don't fall for the sunk cost fallacy and you stop something that's not working. I started at Wizards of the Coast in Magic R&D in June of 2011 and transferred to the Arena team at the end of the year 2015. So spent 7 years at Wizards. And here, pump this up. Well, hold on. I think there's some, like, the refined Hellion says, I'm amazed MTG still doesn't have an official game app for like mobile. Do you mean game app like playing Magic on it? I mean, Arena. I thought you meant like a tracking app, you know, a life counter type app. If you mean literally Magic the Gathering on mobile, yeah, it has huge challenges that you may not be considering all the way. KCAT, it's pretty easy. KCAT asked, how hard is it to hold your tongue about upcoming Magic stuff that's not public knowledge yet? They really drive it into you while you're there, so it's in fact, it's my instinct just to not say stuff, to be safe, and I want to maintain a good relationship with Wizards even as an ex-employee, and so I'm just constantly conscious and paranoid about all of that. And plus, I'm closing in on 50, and I forget everything. I don't remember last year. I worked at Wizards last year. Like, I barely remember they had uncommon planeswalkers in this War of the Spark. Yeah, the uncapped board states are the big challenge for digital Magic in general. It's a challenge here. You know, you don't see it too often, but sometimes a board state comes along in Arena that's absurd and not realistically authentic. You know what I mean? Not realistically playable by a human being. And so it has little moments of inauthenticity like that because of that challenge. I turned 47 last week, a couple weeks ago. Okay, sorry. Let's get this game on. Where are we at here? We had that sweet play. They can't block anything. We just need more creatures is our problem. Might need to Blade Brand to search for creatures. I'm sorry, Oppo, but you know, it's the life of a streamer. I'm not trying to be a slow roller. But let's, yeah, I'm gonna Blade Brand for no value because I would like to find some action. And there is some. That's exactly why I did it. We need creatures. We need to apply pressure. while I've got a nice viewership and a little pause here, I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom. They just started sponsoring me a couple weeks ago, but they were my first sponsor when I was a co-host on Limited Resources. They sponsored my first Magic content. Well, actually, not really my first, but my first podcasting content with Marshall, and really valued that back in the day. It was a great partnership, and I'm really happy to be back with them again. I know the people there. I like the people there. I value their service, and because they offer the best prices on both sides on the buy and sell, it's just they ought to be a part of your price checking when you do your Magic shopping. So thank you, Card Kingdom. And if you do shop with them and want to thank them for sponsoring me, you can do so in the comments, and that helps them know that this type of thing works for them. Kaya, you say?
This makes me feel good.
Our dead rebels just got a lot worse, but we're going to go ahead and get her nice and dead. So that shouldn't be a yeah, all right. I'm down with that. We're going to get Kaya out of here and move on with our lives. And since we're going to light up the stage and need the mana for whatever we might get there, we're not going to pump the trumpeter. So we're going to go Kaya, and Oppo. Oh man, those were a pain in the butt to shuffle, Wujo. You wouldn't believe it. Yeah, Linux isn't likely. I have seen our game, I still think of it as my game because I helped make it. But this game, I have seen this game run on a Mac, but it was not anywhere remotely ready for prime time. It was just an engineer fooling around with the ability of Unity to so kind of easily do that. So I believe it'll be there. It'll get there.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax the jump like a candle. Dance!
Not amazing, but it's a 2-for-1 for 1 mana. Not bad. Yes. It also has a... it technically, that animation has a Skewer the Critics reference in it, but I don't use it for the Skewer the Critics reference because it's just not quite as straightforward. Yep, traditional GRN, or traditional RNA here. Up a game, trying to close out this match for at least 1 win. We started with a match loss, so we're in the loser's bracket trying to make our way. You know, and someone was asking, we were talking about which queues has the higher skill level, and someone was mentioning, you know, our opponent made a punt that was reminiscent of a new player type punt, even though it could have just been an oversight by an experienced player, as I've done many times. But I do think the quality of player is generally lower here just because especially with no skill tax, you're going to be paired against people who are more 50-50 if you're higher skill, and the allure of rank, the allure of WotC telling you how good you are with a trophy is strong, and a lot of the top competitive players spend their time trying to grind rank. Funny. I'm going to go ahead and just eat the panther, I guess. Yeah, I got some raids and a nice, for me, audience size, so I'm keeping it going while I've got an auditorium full. It's not a positive for me. I do it mostly, like, I'm not managing that third account we went to for, what's going on here? I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, I see. They're protecting their shade. Gotcha. Oh, don't worry. Our Footlight Fiend, it wasn't going to die. Yeah, we know he has Dead Rebels. Positive to my win rate. Oh yeah, sure. Like I've said, one of the reasons I don't even process rank is because I'm sitting here on stream playing across 3 different accounts to show different aspects of how to approach Arena, and it excuse me. Ooh, act. Is that, we have the sack out. We have the Blood Mist Infiltrator, so we can steal. It qualifies as removal for us, so we'll take it. And I'm gonna keep... I keep not killing this messenger. Maybe I should, but I just feel like we're fine in this race. Could even steal the shade and pump it once to even help with the... Now, and then we just kill it. Yeah, that's true. We'll take it and sack it and get the 1/1 flyer. I like it. All right, we'll do that. Wasn't sure I wanted to do that yet, but yeah, it's correct. And then we can sack the Footlight Fiend to just kill the Thirsting Shade as well, rather than risk it, you know. I like that. Or we could just bedeck it. No, yeah, I'm gonna... No, there's no need. We just get it all. Never mind. No need to bedeck yet. I'm mixing up what my plans are with the Infiltrator here. But I got there. We're gonna do that. We could get Clamor Shaman back. Will that set us up for a win? I don't think we need the Clamor Shaman yet. I'm going to play it a little tighter here and keep the Bedeck ready and try to get a 2-for-1 with the Dead Revels if we aren't able to just win with what we've got. I mean, it plays like an uncommon because we only play 1/2 of it. I don't know. Let me think about this game before I think about fixing Bedeck as an uncommon, or to make it a rare. I think you could take the Bedazzle side, and it would be easier to make that feel like a rare. Yeah. Now, is there just a winning? Let's see. Make sure we can't just win here. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, we just kill, pump, and win. I mean, if they have something here, we don't, but... Okay, they're looking for something. I mean, I think... Yeah, there may have been different lines, but the one I found seemed pretty lethal, so I'm going for it. Maybe if the Bedazzle side were cheaper, if we were like 5 mana. Alright, well, we got notched 1 win with this deck. Let's see if we can get 800 gems with a second. Oh, we were going to look... some people might... Oh, too late. I think you get an idea of this deck, though. It's a very low to the ground Rakdos attack deck with not a lot of removal. Yeah, this is the line. This is the tense match. This is the 0 gem versus 800 gem match. We're playing for 800 gems here, which is pretty hefty. We got this combo, and we got a 2-drop, and Blade Brand is good with Trumpeter, so this is all just a keep in many ways. Yeah, there's like a whole full retail booster. There's like a big box store booster on the line here, Cincy. Are you two violently agreeing with each other? Settle down there. Go away then, Keezy Kid. Good luck. Oops. That's a good first play for us to see across the way. Openly called stream snipe. Anything we're worried about at flash on those colors? Not in this set, I don't think. I just can't worry about that. Hand hider, like, so when we know we can at least hide the hand. Maybe. I'll think about that. I'll think about it if I care enough. Maybe we just go ahead and act that and hurl it in Oppo's face. Yeah, you ultimately have the cards you have. That's kind of how I feel, K-Cat. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I like that, Martin Smash. I was gonna go get excited about it right now, but we're gonna wait, per the suggestion, for another creature to come out. And if our if Keezy Kid is still listening and is sniping or whatever, and doesn't want to play another creature, great. I forgot what that card did. I'll let him have the Wilderness Wreck and take the Stony Strength. Oh, I should have pumped. Sorry. I meant to. When I saw you should pump, I was like, oh, I'm still in attack and I should pump. From lulls to woes. Nice. Sweet Dern, pay no attention to the silly man pumping in the second main phase. Well, I was not convinced in that I forgot how many actual sack outlets we had. Then I was convinced. I guess we'll keep playing land. We got pumpers. I mean, look, Oppo chose to put these in their deck. It is pretty hard to do Tron, but you get used to it, and you just accept that, I don't know, your win percentage drops a little bit in the name of entertainment, fun, science, and all that stuff. Yep. Our opponent poked their head in. I don't know if they stayed here, though. I thought they were saying, they were acknowledging that they were here to say goodbye, but maybe they were acknowledging that they're here to thumb their nose at me, but I don't think that's what they're doing. GG on that one. Okay, so what do we see over there? Kind of... What was that? Cinder vines and... Gruelish? It's kind of just weird gruel? Yeah, that's what I thought. Seemed like Keezy Kid was... Well, we can't cast the Colossus side, and I like to see flyers before I bring it in. Well, we can bring in... I'd still play 2. I think casting your spells is so important that I'd run two gates in this. You want that? Oh, you want the flyer in. Is it better here? I don't know. I'm going to run it back. Maybe you could do a Racketeers. Yeah, I'm just going to run it back. Looks good. Could even draw one of our 3 Footlight Fiends off the top. And Oppo Mold, so that's also good for us. Scorch Mark. What else could they have? I guess they have Stony Silence. I guess we're assuming Stony Strength, I mean. Stony Silence is not very effective in this format, nor legal. Let's drop a full force. I'm going to say it's a clam. We're going to make a clam this time. Now, I guess clam would be haste since it's on the left, and shaman is the counter, so we're going to make a shaman. Oh, I shouldn't have played that land if I'm going to light up the stage, but actually I'm not. I'm going to drill bit Vandal here. Nah, you don't get that.
I rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and watch the chump like a candle. Dance!
I should have kept that land. I'm not playing. I'm anxious to win. I think my attack was so clear that I let my heuristic of just toss lands onto the table take over. And that was bad. I gotta not do that. Especially because I could be pitching a land to Vandal right now and it would be great. As it is, I'm going to keep all these. So, yeah. I am going to go ahead and light, though.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
We've got the Fireblade. Yeah, we'll still ill-gotten. Yeah, since he is right about that, if we had gone land, it wouldn't have been the worst. Could be like, sweet, got those lands out of the way. And next turn, we'll attack, pitch the Enforcer no matter what, so that we can Revels it back. Or maybe we draw something that we want to pitch instead. Unfortunately, it is exiled. But fortunately, the Vandal still trades with the Acrobat, and it's kind of what we want anyway. Although it looks like they're racing. We're going to put the Enforcer back to do that. I mean, it almost gives us a... like, we still only have the Fireblade. We can do Fireblade Haste. Then it comes really hard to lose. Yeah, that's true. But they don't. They have Gift, so it doesn't untap. So, yeah, let's go ahead and play the Mountain that we can anyway, and then Revels back. Haste. Then we still get both this and the Enforcer for defense. Yeah, Deckmaster, I believe, is not with us at the moment. They played their land, so it's a known win here. We just gotta fire it off. We'll decline that and just do this. Whew. All right, chat. That was a big one. This is our free-to-play account. Gems matter to us a lot here, and picking up that win assures us the 800 gems for the 2-1 finish. And is huge for maintaining the run we've got going on here. But even huger would then be picking up... Well, actually, it wouldn't be huger, because it would be only 700. A slightly smaller win would be to pick up our next one and get our 1,500 gems fully back from the buy-in alone, not to mention the booster pack and gems we got in the draft already. Sorry, Keezy. GG though. Thank you for being a noble gamer. And no, you accidental screen snipes happen. You noticed and acknowledged and bailed. So GG. Yeah, Keezy, how'd you end up with that deck? It felt a little scattered, like had some powerful stuff, but I wasn't sure why you were playing the Reclamation, Wilderness Reclamation, or the rare that... I guess there's enough enchantments that I understand the rare, but why Wilderness? Why? I understand Cinder Vines to an extent, but why the Reclamation? I see people justifying that narrowly in Simic, and even then it's like an eyebrow raise. I'm going to keep this. It's not great, but it's got too much of our It's got the right mix of land and spells in both of our colors, so I just can't really throw this back. Hey, look at that. I looked away to see what Keezy was up to, and I came back here, and we have a Plague White to play. Excellent. Oligarch can't block Plague White anyway, so I think I'm going to go with the Plague White attack and full strength Clamor. See you, Promina. Thanks for hanging today. More things that cannot block a Plague White. However, they can block a Shaman, so if we do this, we're kind of giving up on the Shaman beyond this. I think it's worth it, though. It's a tough one. Yeah, they've got annoying cards for our deck. But let's say that can't block. We'll let the Shaman trade with the Oligarch. And we'll light up this stage.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
And I guess we bedeck while we have the chance. Ugh. If we don't, we're just going to lose the Vandal or the bedeck next turn. So even though it's not... Oh, we get it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe they play something better. Thank you. I was feeling like I had to use it now or I would lose it. I just had to use it before untap. Yeah, we can wait and see if there's a better target. It literally doesn't matter, because if we had killed it, they'd be attacking us with 2 flyers anyway. Interesting no attack. What are they afraid of there, do you think? You. Alright, well, I guess we are doing this. How do we find a way here? How do we find a way? I guess we have to Vandal, or we're just throwing away that value. It may be worth it to throw it away to, like, cast 2 spells here, but now I think we just got to Vandal. We had a pretty perfect start, too. Their perfect start is just trumping our perfect start. I guess it's not perfect. I could easily come up with some starts that would be better than what we had.
I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Well, definitely offering up the Vandal. Question is, are we casting the Artist? No, we're not not offering up the artist, so we're just going to send in this for right now. And what do we like least here? Maybe just the Maca? Although we could have it was at least a second spell that we could cast. Although, do we hit our land drop? Maybe we can go Infiltrator Artist here. Yeah, that's true. We got the full flavor meme combo by the end of the format. Nice. Yeah, all right. Now the Fireblade artist can attack again, kinda. I mean, they got those spirits, but... yeah, this is the problem, right? We're having a hard time racing this before it can just finish this off. Well, they're only on 4 lands. Maybe they'll get stuck on land. Woo! So, about beating an IGI. Now I kind of want to do this. Oh, this is not good. Do we show him the scavenger? I really think... well, no, they don't have 4 yet, so I gotta make something as big as we can. We get to attack with both, and they can't block both, but then we gotta just sack the other one. I'm not gonna concede quite yet, Stratic. We're only mostly dead. But I don't... yeah, alright, fine, we'll do this. And this gives us a scry. Maybe we find something. That's not going to do it. If they're nothing but 8 drops from here, we have a chance. Now it's done for. Now they got the locket for the IGI sacks, and... that's right, we have a priest in here. I think. Now I'm willing to call this one a lost cause. We have no enchant removal. I wasn't going to call it a lost cause till they showed me 6 mana, but then they showed me 6 mana. Yeah, sad trombone, just in time. Collision's going to be good against inevitable Orzhov Flyers. This one is questionable against them, but I guess there's enough 1/1s they're putting up in the air that we can go a little slower. Take the scavenger out and maybe a Maka. Maybe Racketeers. Go a little bit slower game here. Maybe pushing it to go to a 5-drop with only 16. But we're also the worst deck. I'm going to keep... Yeah, I'm going to run it in. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, we don't want those, do we? Too easy to chump. Put another one of those in, or we can just put another land in. I'm gonna add, since I added a 5-drop and a 4, I'm gonna add a swamp. And with 3 trumpeters, we also have we have almost certain mana sinks, so. There she is. We'll keep this. Hopefully drill bit their IGI. We have 2 mountains and 1 swamp, though, so right now we're capped to a single black play per turn, unless we draw a swamp to, like, support a turn 3 trumpeter drill bit or priest drill bit. Oppo seems to be in the tank, or perhaps in the bathroom. Speaking of being in the tank, if y'all aren't watching Jeopardy right now, you need to start. James Holzhauer is having the run of a lifetime, making Ken Jennings. He's a little better than Ken Jennings on trivia, little better, just a little better, and he's 1,000 times better than Ken Jennings on wagering. He's a professional gambler, and he has a 14-day total. His 14-day Jeopardy total, only 14 days. He has over $1 million. His average win is the 3rd best day ever on Jeopardy. Think about that. If you take away his. If you take away everything he's done, his average day is the 3rd best day of all time. So, Priest doesn't attack for much, but we don't get multiple plays here. We only get a black card, hold up Storm Strike. Yeah, he's a buzzsaw. And it like... Hold on, let me make this play, then I'll say another thing about him. We got to figure this out, though. I'm going to go... Since we have another turn to get an IGI out of their hands, I'm going to go with the Priest here. I'm not sure it's what, like, maybe there was a reason to go, like, to bit them and get their 3-drop out of their hand. Maybe a 3-drop comes down here that I'm terrified of. But really, it's the IGI that I want to get. And this actually at least technically gives us one more draw from them to find an IGI if they didn't have one already. Oh, so my daughter, who's a senior in high school, she was wanted to watch some Netflix show or whatever. She turned on the TV and it was on Channel 4, and I'd forgotten Jeopardy was on, or channel, that's what, ABC. It was on our ABC station, and Jeopardy had just started, and I was like, I know you were just turning on the TV to watch your own thing, but you got either go watch it in your Netflix, go watch it on your tablet, or but I gotta watch this. It's like, just watch this guy. And within 4 questions, she was glued and was right there watching it with me the whole time, going, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" And then now she's like, "We're watching this every night together until he's no longer on the show." So there you go. First, she was really annoyed at me for preempting her show, and then and now we're going to be watching this together until he's done for. We have the storm strike and the drill bit, so let's head in with everything. Ooh, we'll keep that. Get to our 4th land. Still not a swamp, but we just want 4. Let's get rid of the Thrall, probably. Yeah, Thrall. Oh, and here's a game you can play at home. Our family plays this game with Jeopardy. When the final Jeopardy category comes up, just the category, when it goes to commercial break, everybody gets to come up with their answer before even knowing, come up with their question before even knowing the answer, right? And it's a ludicrously hard challenge to come up with the Jeopardy answer without knowing what the question is. But we do it, and we've kept track. And I'm leading in my household 2 to 1.5 to 1 to 0 over a lifetime. Let's see. Imp the Thrall ASAP. Yeah, let's do that. You're right. Family grading. So the half actually happened during the Holzhauer run. The category, and I'll give you all a chance to. No answering if you've seen, but the category was 20th century literary characters, right? Yeah. So I'll give you a second. You have your commercial break to come up with your guess. As I will figure out... Yeah, we'll just pass here. We'll try and use Blade Brand to get good value off of our trumpeter. So, I guessed Holden Caulfield from Catcher in the Rye. That's just classic. Frodo's pretty good. Frodo's good. I like Frodo. Great Gatsby. Jay Gatsby is a great guess and is totally a good Jeopardy guess. Like, this is the thing when you do this this type of game, you start getting a feel for like what a Jeopardy answer is, and like Holden Caulfield is just a perfect good K-Cat. See, I said Holden Caulfield. My wife goes, "Oh yeah, that's a good guess. How about somebody from To Kill a Mockingbird?" And I said, like, Scout? And she's like, no, maybe like what's his name? Finch. Atticus Finch. And then she's like, you know what? No, I'm gonna go with something weirder, like I'm gonna go Hal from 2001. And oh baby, nice. Oh, this is gonna be nice. Yes. So she switched to Hal, and then the answer was Finch. So it was her first guess that she almost locked in, and then at the last minute switched to Finch, switched away from the correct guess, and we as a family decided to give her half credit for that. Okay, what are we doing here now? I love Jeopardy talk, but I gotta focus on this sweet action. We have a couple of ways to play this. We can do Act of Treason. Rakdos, Trumpeter, Bladebrand is one eventual combo. But if we steal Oligarch, we get a flyer of our own. I'm just going to do that. And I better do it before we run out of time here. Too much Jeopardy talk, Ryan. Wait, no. Oh, wait, yeah. Yes, I got to do it now because I don't want this to not work. Come on. Ah! 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 And this is with frickin' 3 wins on the line. That's terrible. Come on, UI. My opponent is just going, what are they up to? But they know. I'm sure they've been there. God, that sucks, though. That sucks. Just threw away a huge play there. But let's see if we can recover. Got a funny clip out of it, I'm sure. And now we got to see if we can get our game back out of it. I guess... I like... Man, I'm going to do this. I'll trade this. I'll make this trade. And we still get some fun plays. Look at this. We'll go... Footlight Fiend. I'm going to Blade Brand it. Oh, wait. Cancel. Do we want to Blade Brand? We don't even need to Blade Brand it, do we? If we go there with it. We could go there with it. Yeah, I'm just going to do this now. Oh, any number of target player. Yeah, you be a target player. Yeah, this was way too hard to do in that with the rope going down. And then sacrifice 2 other creatures. Oh, maybe it's too much. I don't know. Well, I'm in it now. I'm just doing it. Do this. Yeah. Sacking the imp, it was doing good work here, but this does good work too. Get to cast the IGI with the mana and draw a card. I'm going to hold the land. It's looking less impressive now. Might Blade Brand it to take out the Twilight Panther. we might be in decent shape here. We might be in okay shape had we pulled off that the move is intended. I think that's the first time I've ever tried to activate that, so there's that. That's something, though. Let's see. My 2 Jeopardy correct answers in that system were around the time that that Mel Gibson won Best Director for Braveheart. I had heard that, like, I heard something trivia about that. Like, he was the first, maybe the first. Was that his first? Was that his directorial debut? It was something like the first time a lead actor and a debut director won an Oscar for Best Director, or something like that. Anyway, I knew there was something trivia worthy about his win, and so I guess Mel Gibson for the category of Oscar winning directors, and was correct on that one. It was, in fact, that's extra special because I so Jeopardy'd it. I figured out what they were gonna, not just who it was, but the question they were gonna ask based on the category Oscar-winning directors. I'm gonna stay back here from. I don't want to trade this off with the Panther yet. I need the Flyers. Yeah, I guess I do, don't I? I'm here kind of playing like I've already lost this, but. And then my other one was, who was the... We're still on. I didn't put the thing up because I didn't think I was going to be streaming this late, but I am. My daughter is home from school. And then there was a category of, like, corporate mascots. And I had read that Tony the Tiger of Frosted Flakes fame is the most recognized corporate mascot in America. And so I guessed Tony the Tiger, and I was right on that one. It was a weird question, though. It was like, of the top 10 most recognizable corporate mascots, but I don't think it's like a logo. It's like a corporate logo, like, or no, it is mascot, but I don't think Mickey's a mascot. He's a character. They say it was like, of the top 10 most recognizable corporate mascots, 6 of them are animals. Name one of the animals in the mascots or whatever. And it was like the ExxonMobil Tiger and Tony the Tiger were both. So Tiger was on the list twice, actually. And so I got Tiger would have sufficed, but Tony the Tiger was extra. And my wife's other win was World Capitals, and she kind of out of the blue guessed Reykjavik and was correct on Reykjavik as world capital. And my daughter's notch was famous women, and she guessed Amelia Earhart, and it was Amelia Earhart. All right. I think that's all the Jeopardy story I've got. And I guess now we head in with the Racketeers and make them trade so that we get a couple flyers. I think this one was pre-Gecko, actually. Remember, this is like over... We don't watch Jeopardy every night. So, like, someone was saying their mom gets one about once a season, but we don't watch daily. We watch a handful of times a season, so it's not like we have a ton of opportunities. But I don't... I think...
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I think back in that day, the Geico dude wasn't even a thing. I don't think I'm ever going on Jeopardy. I'd be terrible at it. I really would. Because I get the answer... If I could pause time and you give me 5 minutes to mull it over, I would probably do all right, but I'd be terrible at it. Yeah. I'm also kind of in, again, in waiting to die mode here. I don't think we're going to win this one, but I should be a little more upbeat. We might have a way. We just don't have the removal. We need to find our bedazzle for this guy. We need to start here. What you doing, Rocket Doggy? Oh, I would be on panic mode every question. Why did I apply for this show? Was there a glitch that, like, somehow gave our opponent 7 more cards than us? I think that's what happened. That must be what happened here. That wasn't in my design, Timnos. I could bring up design documents I wrote that expressly say that you should be able to look at your deck after an event. But then it doesn't get implemented, and it works well enough, and then they move on to something else. All right, now we are just dead. It is the game we have indeed. All right, well, we did get our 800 that we were so intensely wanting to make sure we snagged. But we are done with here. Hi, buddy. Nobody can see you. Say hi to everyone. Hello. Oh, sorry, Oppo. I'm not trying to time you out. I'm just enjoying my dog. Yes, I don't think that was a win. Well, I don't know. If we pull off that's why it felt like they had 7 more cards, because I just literally put a active treason into the garbage. That did not help us. So